filed all of your papers and you've been, shall we say, destroyed by members of the judiciary, the only thing that you can do is keep running the case all the way up through the local Supreme Court or the local state Supreme Court and set the case up so that you can find a fraud upon the court by the local judges. Now, what this really means is that from the very beginning of your case, you have to construct your case in such a way that the judge is going to be committing what we call an extrinsic fraud upon the court. And to put it in a context that we can use here, let's take California. In California, we know that the judges are receiving illegal payments. So the minute that you have a case assigned to you, the first thing that you're going to do, or that I would suggest you do, is you get to the auditor controller and you find out how much money the judge has received. You'll usually be able to find that out within a couple of days or a week at the most. And this will be before you have your first hearing. At the first hearing of the case, the judge is required to, first of all, tell you if he has received any money from either a party or a party's attorney in his last campaign. Now, this is California Code of Civil Procedure section 170.1A9, A, B, and C. Section C part says that he has to disclose if he has received any money from the party or the party's attorney in his last campaign or his current campaign. Section A says that if he's received $1,500 or more, he must recuse himself. Section B says if he's received less than $1,500, he must recuse himself if an ordinary person would consider that there could be a problem. Okay, so number one, what you're going to do is you're going to go, when you get your judge assigned, you're going to go to the Secretary of State's office online, and you go to the part about elections, to the part of candidates, you plug in the judge's name, you'll get his campaign contributions, and you'll look to see if there are any contributions. Number two, you're going to go to the auditor controller's office, and you're going to find out if the judge received any money and how much it is. On your first appearance to the judge, if the judge got any of these campaign contributions and he doesn't disclose it, and they're above $1,500 or they're close to $1,500, you're going to knock him out. If the judge doesn't go out at that point, you're going to raise the issue and you're going to force him out through the Court of Appeals. He doesn't have much of a choice here. He's going to be gone. If he doesn't, when you filed all of your papers,
you can suspect your DNA is being targeted by a release of aluminum into the atmosphere through trails. A systematic spreading of a substance that triggers a genetic response. Cases in New York, California, across the country. While right here in Washington, immunity to common germs is breaking down and flooding our city hospitals. You can suspect...
Check this out. When I have my magnifying glass close to this paper, first of all, this is what the moon is. You could even see, when I tell people the moon is flat, they're like, what? But look, there's dimension on it. Yeah, look, this looks like a potato chip, but it's not. It's actually a flat piece of paper. Look at this hologram I'm making right here. Look at that. This is a flat potato chip hologram on this piece of paper. There's even little craters in it. Now check this out. When I bring it away, it turns blue. That's your blue moon. Then bring it close and it's red. So watch this. Away, it turns blue. So of course it's hotter when it's blue than when it's closer and it's red. So when it's close, it's not hot. When it's further, boom, it's hotter. See that? Because the dome is a magnifying glass. If I have my magnifying glass close, it's not hot. Look at the dome is shorter here. That's like me putting my magnifying glass low. Now if the dome gets higher, boom, it's blue light. So the moon has a blue moon and a red moon and a blue moon. I can get those shades of blue. So there you go, guys. Close, it's infrared, ultraviolet. Boom. And there's your moon. I showed you the hologram flat disk moon. It still has this roundness to it. And the Egyptians even said the sun looked like this. It has dimension to it, but it's still a disk. It's the disk that has this dimension to it. Moon and sun the same.
This is your opportunity to speak if you wish to do so. You don't have to make any statement, obviously, as you are aware.
Oh, we're on the record. I'm going to make some statements.
No, I understand, Mr. Ruff. I expected that from you, but I just wanted to let you know that you don't have to speak, but if you choose to speak, that would be that time, sir.
Excellent. So, we're talking about jail. Jail, inappropriate. There's no victims in any of these cases. Police officers cannot be victims of a crime unless they were injured or robbed from. So, jail is kind of out of the question. Besides, I'm about to have a baby in the next couple days. I'm the sole provider of my household, so jail would be immoral for a judge in your position to sentence somebody like me to. I think that your rulings have been erroneous and outside of the Constitution of the United States. I think you are operating outside of your oath of loyalty office to the United States Constitution and the Arizona Constitution. I think the prosecutor has made false claims against me that I'm aware of my actions being illegal, that I did things intentionally. Those are claims with no basis to them, no foundation and no proof, but yet here we are on the record and you're allowing a prosecutor to make those claims. So, whatever. I don't personally care what you sentence me to. I'm appealing everything today, so it's going to freeze whatever you sentence me to, and we're just going to kick it to a higher court. Because clearly this one is corrupt. Your strings are being pulled by somebody else outside of this city or in the city. Maybe the city council, Chris Brady's maybe telling you what to do. Maybe your judges or friends with the police out on the street. You think I'm harassing people. You think I'm doing things because I'm allowed to do it or I want to do it. It's the First Amendment. I am allowed to walk around and film things. I am allowed to swear in front of a police officer in a close proximity. It's called the First Amendment, freedom of speech and protest. You cannot criminalize that, but here we are in a joke municipal court, and you just criminalize it, and you're about to sentence me. So, have fun. You guys are both traitors to the Constitution and the United States. Sentence me to whatever you want. I'm appealing it. I'll go pay for the record and walk out of here. This is going to go to an appellate court. It's going to go to the Supreme Court. It's going to go to the Superior Court. I have money and time. I'm not going to just stick around and be on probation or go to jail. I did absolutely nothing wrong. You allowed fake evidence to be introduced. You allowed the prosecutor to make false statements during trial. So many mistakes were made.
Mr. Ruff, I appreciate the fact that you're going to appeal. That is certainly your right.
Absolutely.
I would like you to...
What?
Well, that's fine. I was hoping that you would confine your arguments to what you believe your sentence should be.
I don't care what the sentence is going to be. I'm going to appeal it. I'm never going to do the time. Judges that are actual judges, not appointed fake judges that can't...
Controller player that is
Love is not a feeling.
everything.
Love is not a feeling. I'm watching too many movies. I feel something. That's not love. Because let me tell you, love is what you do in spite of what you feel. Love is fighting for the good of someone else, even if they never see the value or the sacrifice that you did to get love to them. Love is what Jesus did on that cross. And love didn't feel good. He wasn't on the cross about, man, this is so refreshing. And when they put that nail in there, boy, oh, man. Love sometimes hurts. We don't understand the depth of the love that we are recipients of because in our minds we can't really comprehend the level of pursuit it took to get to us. Love is not a feeling.
Everything that hurts you, find a way to overcome it. Everything that you feel is difficult for you, find a way to still do it. As long as you can do the things, stop listening to the mind. Everything that hurts you, find a way to overcome it. Everything that you feel is difficult for you, find a way to still do it. As long as you can do the things, stop listening to the mind. Everything
If she calls you love,
Please advise that I took a step back to redefine who's a
Everything is sound and magneticism, and this is really important. So, what most people don't know is, remember, sound, God said, let there be light. So it's sound, moving sound. Sound manifests as toroidal fields. Those moving toroidal fields create magnetic fields, which are toroidal fields as well, and moving magnetic fields create electricity. That's the sequence of events. But this tells us that because sound creates magnetic fields, it means everything must have a must be magnetic in some sort, and in some sort of way. And if it's not, there's a very specific reason why it's not magnetic. So here's an example.
You might not think of water as being magnetic, but it is. And so are graphite, aluminum, and glass. Aluminum is a good example of a paramagnet. And so is oxygen, which is attracted to magnets. Here, I have a few milliliters of liquid oxygen, which sticks to the magnet. I'll explain why later. Gadolinium oxide and cupric sulfate are good examples of paramagnetic substances. Cupric sulfate is a salt that can be picked up by a magnet.
Here is a picture of an electron. There's a picture taken about a decade ago. They tell us that this is a light beam, or electron riding a light beam. Can you see a particle anywhere in this picture? No, there's no particle. They're resonant waves, and yet they tell us it's an electron. Can you see how we get brainwashed? So this is what Nikola Tesla has to say about the electron from an interview in 1928. On the whole subject of matter, in fact, Dr. Tesla holds the view that are startlingly original. He disagrees with the concept of atomic theory of matter and does not believe in the existence of an electron as pictured by science. This is a shock to the system, because we all think electrons are real. And you start seeing an agenda being developed here, an agenda being developed by mainstream universities, the mainstream scientific fraternity, under the guidance of those that are trying to lie to us and make us believe things that are not so. This is what Einstein has to say about electrons. In the theoretical treatment of these electrons, we are faced with the difficulty that electrodynamic theory itself is unable to give an account of their nature. For since electrical masses constituting the electron would necessarily be scattered under the influence of their mutual repulsion unless there are forces of another kind operating between them, the nature of which has hitherto remained obscure to us. So he says, he doesn't quite understand how electrons come into being. And he tells us that millions of people all over the world are being fooled by the non-existing electron. And he has a lot more to say about this. And you start seeing that scientists and inventors and researchers over the last 200 years have been vehemently opposed to this whole concept of an electron and the atomic structure that has been forced down our throats and through all our educational institutions. That we just take for granted and we accept, because we believe the guys that teach us this to be smart, and they're not lying to us. We just accept the stuff. So what are the stone circles all about? By now you can see that clearly we're dealing with cymatic patterns. It's very obvious we're dealing with cymatic patterns. That's what every stone circle is. It's just a representation of the sound frequency that comes out of the earth at that specific point. That's what this is all about. And some of these cymatic, like sand on a metal plate, but now these are stones, right? Some of the structures are actually very distinct magnetrons. And those flower shapes, every time you see a flower-shaped stone circle, it means they actually built an ancient giant magnetron like this. Magnetrons that can cut metal in a split second. And I asked two magnetron scientists, how much energy would a magnetron 40 meters in diameter generate? Remember that a tiny magnetron can create so much energy in a laser beam that cuts metal in a split second. I mean, it literally just melts the metal. And the answer was that a magnetron that size would create more energy than all the power plants on Earth together combined. We have thousands of these magnetrons in Southern Africa, thousands of them. So these guys are generating so much energy, it's insane. And we know this because we measured it. We measured the sound frequencies, the electromagnetic fields, the loudness in decibels. And it's just insane what's coming out of these stone circles. Everything is sound.
The only reason a man would be insecure about a woman's body count, my friends, is because they're insecure that they're not going to be able to satisfy the woman as well as the other men in the body count.
Actually, I'd be more concerned about the fact that your oxytocin receptors have densified to the point where you can't effectively pair bond. I'd be more concerned with the abnormal levels of sexual discipline and inhibition that emotionally healthy women tend to exhibit. I'd be more concerned about your impaired judgment when it comes to selecting a mate. I'd be more concerned about the fact that you're so desperate for emotional validation that you will willfully give your body to anybody. Concerned about the fact that you don't even receive orgasms from most of the men that you've dealt with, because if you did, you'll keep that guy around, seeing as how elusive female orgasms typically are. I'd be concerned about the fact that I'm dealing with an emotionally unhealthy woman who likely suffers from substance abuse and depression. Concerned about the emotional baggage. Concerned about a hidden STI due to your increased risk. Concerned that I just increased my chances of divorce by 30%. Concerned that I just maximized my chances of being cucked. Concerned there's no long-term benefits dealing with a promiscuous woman.
Gotcha, bitch. Only reason I'm...
So, in my experience, you get the furthest being authentic. Even if your shit make people uncomfortable a little bit, I don't feel comfortable switching up. I feel more comfortable being uncomfortable. And just, we deal with the uncomfortableness when we cross that bridge, because at the end of the day, you're going to be you, I'm going to be me, and we'll go from there. Because, isn't it funny how...
They don't want us to know that we can...
Isn't it funny how when you treat people the way that they treat you, they get so upset?
They don't want us to know that we can heal ourselves. They don't want us to know that through a simple lifestyle and diet change, we can thrive. They don't want us to know that the medications they are giving us is only putting a Band-Aid on the problem, never healing. They don't want us to know that the highly processed food, the highly processed sugar, is what is causing the inflammation. It's causing the diabetes. It's causing the heart disease. It's causing the cancer. They don't want us to know that it's causing the stress, causing the anxiety, causing the depression. As you are sitting there suffering, they don't want us to know because they want us to stay addicted. They don't want us to know, but we know.
The life that you are living right now, right here today, what you are experiencing is based off of the thoughts you had and the actions that you took on the decisions you made that led you to this moment. When you begin to understand that your mind is actually the beginning of all of this chain reaction and cause and effect that can lead you in two directions, in a positive direction or a negative direction, you'll really begin to appreciate how important it is to manage the way that you think and get better and better at constantly staying in a state of experiencing and ultimately creating the future. The
Matrix has attacked me. Matrix has attacked me.
As you guys heard, I'm just kind of playing this stuff, but they're arresting a lot of people. The Matrix is attacking me, is what he said. There's no investigation to Balenciaga or Epstein's client list. They're framing Tate. He's already top G. Kanye West is missing. Now Andrew Tate's in jail. Something is happening. Yeah, there's they already arrested like 2-3 people for like bogus bullshit because they speak the truth. And like Kanye West is missing. I don't know where he's at. I don't know, dude. It's like this financial reset that they're gonna do. I feel like it has something to do with that. They're trying to take out people that have a lot of influence because, you know, they're becoming a problem. So, yep.
You're not bugging. You're not losing your mind. A lot of people want to make you feel like you're crazy just because you can read them. You know what I'm saying? People will make it seem like you're over-exaggerating, you're bugging. What made you think that? What made me think that is my body recognized everything you're trying to do. I already know what you're thinking about. I already know the next move and your next move. I'm so in tune with myself that it allows me to be in tune with you. I'm reading you. I know everything about you. I know what direction, I know the angle, I know your approach, and I'm not going for it. So people are trying to make you seem crazy because you're that in tune. But value your intuition, value your insight, value the signals that go off because it'll save your life, I promise you. You're not bugging.
If you're supposed to be at work on... All right, check this out. This is the chairman and CEO of Pfizer. Hear what the CEO of Pfizer, your most trusted company, actually has to say about these tracking pills that they're making. Hear this out.
Maybe I will use an example. I think it's fascinating what's happening in this field right now. I mean, FDA approved the first...
FDA approved some crazy ass shit. Now this idea of like FDA approved, we clearly know it's fucking bogus and super one-sided.
Electronic pill, if I can call it like that. So it is basically biological chip that it is in the tablet. And once you take the tablet and dissolves into your stomach, sends a signal that you took the tablet.
Imagine in the near future they tell you you have to take this pill, and once you take it, it'll alert us that you actually took the pill, and it's in your system. Bro, these guys are gonna track everything that you do. Do you get it?
So imagine the applications of that. Compliance.
Compliance. Follow the rules. Be a slave. Obey. Listen. Shut the fuck up. Sit down and take whatever we want to fucking give you. That's what they're telling you.
The insurance companies to know that the medicines that patients should take, they do take them.
It's crazy, bro.
It is fascinating what happens in
And you know what? They always use a scapegoat. They always say, they look at the best scenario of it. They look at the best scenario. They say, you know what? Well, if somebody's supposed to take the pill and they have amnesia or schizophrenia, well, this will let us know that you can do it. But once you implement that technology, once you start implementing those rules, then we know that these motherfuckers, they take it and they run with it to control humanity, bro. That's what they do. That's what these people do. They take the technology that's supposed to be utilized for good, or you can use it, and they corrupt it, they twist it, and they fuck it all up. All of it. Every single last bit of it. They mess it all up. All right, check.
Let's go, boys. We're gonna fucking break the Matrix right now, bro. We're gonna fucking break this fucking piece of shit Matrix. With the truth, baby. Let's go. Alrighty. Where did we leave off? Because they're skipping some shit. I don't want to skip nothing. I was right there. Alrighty.
Glory be to God. It's jinn. These are fallen angels. It's called Genesis. Genesis. Garden. Take away the R. It's Gen. It's Genesis. Quite repetitive. Also, Asis is Isis. The garden. This is dragon. This is androgen. 1, into, tree, try. The third eye beyond the forehead. The forbidden fruit. You are a 5-pointed star. Get it right. Lucifer. Right degree angle. Right hand angel to God. God in, Gardi in, of Eton, Aten, now you got Satan, Aten, you got Athens, you got Aten, you got Athena. R-E-D or R-A-D, this is red, this is Dra, this is Draconian. Garden is an anagram for dragon, this is Dagon, because it starts with Adam, Apple, right? And it ends in Eve, evening. This is your cycle, your sick L. Circle needs a ringleader. This is church. Circus. The top of the pyramid, pure meds. This is the Isis. This is Aces. Anointed ones. Anu is Sumerian god. Before Sumeria, you would have Atlantis.
Then you have Lemuria. This makes them Lemurian. This is enliltenment. Enlil. 10 commandments. Command mind. Government. Govern mind. Testament. Test the mind. You guys aren't doing good with this test. Isis. Yeah, it's Jesus. Good job. Yeah, it's the Gahan worship. Remember, it's the Garden of Eden. This is the dragon. This is Draconian. This is where you get into Dracula blood. That's Azrael. This is where you're getting Israel, Isis, Ra'el, the triangle. 3 angels. Abracadabra. What I say becomes, this is magic. Can you imagine? I'm Jinn. At the top of the pyramid, as above, so below. Your brain is a bull, it holds info. Welcome, welcome to the school of thought. School of Thoth. Sheol. Female anatomy, moon, evening, infused with atom. The sun, everything atom. Everything a dome. Don't be dumb, don't be dome. We live in a firmament. Have a firmer mind, a firmament. Become firmer men. Yeah, the Sandman. 6 is 9, 9 is 6. 1 eye. It's where you're getting pixie dust. Glory be to God. Is Jinn.
Listen to what she just said.
5 people. Andre Harrell, Albie Shore, Heavy D, and Puffy. And Kim, she was Andre's personal assistant. Kim is dead. Heavy D is dead. Andre Harrell is dead. The only 2 left are Puffy and Al almost died. Isn't that interesting? You want to know what they all had in common, though? They were all writing tell-all books. And Albie Shore was working on the documentary of his life. And then he goes into a coma. Has Puffy ever been in a coma? Has anything happened to him? There's too many coincidences. Fuck you, Honeycomb. We gonna get you and your little dog, too. Run as fast as
If he didn't get rid of them and tried to get rid of LB to help hide the music industry.
Glory be to God.
Here's why you should be fasting. Before I discovered fasting, I was scared. My parents and health experts kept saying that it's harmful for you to skip meals. But if you really think and read about history, you will realize that fasting is the most natural and healthy thing you can do for your health as far as food and nutrition is concerned. The human body is not meant to be eating or digesting food every waking hour. Our body is meant to fast regularly. When you have no food in your digestive system, your body now has more energy to dedicate for other important tasks, like clearing out the cellular waste that you've accumulated throughout the day, or using body fat as an energy source.
Both of my children are lotus birth babies. What is a lotus birth? A lotus birth is when the placenta and umbilical cord remain attached to the baby. It dries up over the course of 3 to 10 days, and it eventually falls off naturally. This allows for a more gentle, less invasive transition from the womb to the world. Almost 1/3 of the baby's blood remains in the placenta after they're born. That is why it is crucial not to cut the cord immediately after birth and allow their blood to pump back into them. This blood is so rich in iron, oxygen, and stem cells that have been used to create medicines that have helped cure people of all sorts of diseases. Some women even take their placenta and create supplements out of it. You can save the umbilical cord for memories. We chose to give the placenta back to the earth and create a burial service for it. We wanted to honor the connection the baby had with the placenta and the nourishment that it gave the baby over the course of 9 months.
Come on, everybody.
Hello, everyone. See this diagram up here? This goes to the people who gets gang stalked, the targeted individuals, the TIs. This is a diagram that shows you how you was put on the list. Hello, everyone. See this?
One study centered on school children and classroom lighting. John Ott explains.
Time-lapse cameras were used in a standard first-grade classroom. and several hyperactive children may be noted, especially the boy in the immediate foreground.
Okay.
90 days after, the regular cool white fluorescent tubes were replaced with the new type full spectrum fluorescent tubes with radiation shields, there was a marked improvement noted, and the extremely hyperactive boy has voluntarily moved up to the front row. He raises his hand for recognition and is now up at the blackboard taking part in classroom activities. Prior to the time that this new lighting was installed, this particular boy had an extreme learning disability problem, but quickly learned to read within 90 days after the new lights were installed.
I'm telling you guys, bro. Come on. Wake the fuck up. This shit is a fucking shit show. Find a better source of light bulbs. Find a better source of electricity. Find a better source of everything. They're fucking poisoning us. The food, the water, every fucking thing we use. We have to find another way. Do your research. Find a way.
Aman Jabi has worked in Silicon Valley for 28 years. His background includes work on deep technologies that are involved in the new digital prison system being designed by big tech. In 2020, he moved to Montana and became a whistleblower, warning the public of the very real threat about to be unleashed upon us all, known by many as the Mark of the Beast system. Aman explains how accepting the digital ID is the basic premise behind it all.
So by default, a digital identity implies that you are always in a digital prison. Since you have a digital identity and you're in a prison, you are by default a criminal. So we don't trust you.
Just like the old system, this new one is also voluntary. And you are supposed to know that it's a digital prison that you are voluntarily signing up for. And the reason for this is because in this new system, having a digital ID will be proof that you are a criminal. Because having a digital ID means that you are in a digital prison. And because you accepted it, you must be a criminal. Because of this, there is a new protocol being introduced with this system, known as Zero Trust.
How is Zero Trust going to be used? Here's a lady, she wants to go and buy some beef. But let's say her carbon footprint or her beef footprint for the month has been exceeded. That door won't open.
This digital prison is sneaking up on us all. There is no need for an implanted chip because everything is being done with facial recognition, which is already plugged into the entire system. America already has more cameras per capita than communist China, and our social credit score is already being logged. All we need at this point is a series of events that lead us all into having to make the choice of either accepting the new digital ID or saying no. Since the COVID lockdowns, new state-of-the-art LED lights have been replacing street lights in cities throughout the West. Aman explains that this is all part of the plan. These lights will be connected to everything, including your phone and your car. And in new cars, that includes 16 different cameras with LiDAR and sonar. These lights are being outfitted with LED incapacitators, which is a light technology that was first announced 15 years ago, back when it caused enough brain damage to make a person sick.
Another strange weapon in the final stages of development is able to mount an all-out barrage on the optic nerve.
The LED incapacitator was developed under the auspices of the Department of Homeland Security for the purposes of creating what we call a non-lethal defense system. And this technology consists of a bright set of LED technology, light-emitting diodes, that is designed to create sort of temporary blindness, meaning temporary ability to not be able to see the person who we're trying to protect.
If aggressors caught in its bright pulsating glare don't shield their eyes or turn away quick enough, temporary blindness isn't the only effect they'll feel.
The first time I saw the LED, I was in a darkened room, and within 3 or 4 seconds, I had reached forward and grabbed a hold of the lab bench because I was feeling a little bit dizzy dizzy or disoriented.
The device's combination of different colors and random flashes can induce psychophysical effects, including vertigo and possible nausea. It's been nicknamed the puke light.
It's been 15 years, and our Silicon Valley whistleblower believes that this technology is now capable of killing people. Ultimately, we can say no to this.
But if there's a critical mass that doesn't sign on to the digital ID, then this agenda gets weakened substantially.
But we will have to first unify and come together. Aman Job.
I'm not sure if there's a rest to this video, but as you can see, Rumble on the top left corner, Aman Jabi, Final Lockdown Streetlights. I'm pretty sure there's a bigger video to that. So you guys, if you want to look it up, I'd suggest to look it up. Pretty good information. You guys, I mean, they've been doing this research and all this crap for a long time, so that's why they're coming out little by little with more and more stuff. Once the dollar is taken out and it's just crypto and all this stuff, it's gonna be they're gonna start changing shit. So
All right, check this out. This is 3.5 billion people are infected with toxic Gandhi plasmosis. The individuals infected were less conscious. They had lower IQs compared to infection-free participants. Parasites attach themselves to the neuronephrin chemical, which controls hormone and neurotransmitter, such as serotonin, dopamine, and GABA. ADHD. So here we have the parasite killer kit. Everything you need. Lots of clean herbs. Only the finest. Parasites masterfully. Oh yeah. And the tea bag. And the foot. Anyways, back to the clean sweep 7-day colon cleanse. Amy over at Restored Identity was nice enough to even lay out the full procedures. All countries deworm twice. I mean, if Billy Madison was alive today, he'd say this is the coolest. RestoredIdentity.com, 10% off equals Jacob. Also, set up a consult with me. I healed from parasites, demons, and I know that you can too if we apply biblical principles. Fast 3.5.
let's go, boys. If you guys want to freaking do a cleanse, I super recommend it. I freaking am gonna do it as soon as I can. But I have to change my eating habits. So like, until I'm really serious about that, I'm not gonna do it, because you gotta eat, just like at least healthy, mostly healthy. You can have maybe a few things, but I mean, I don't even want to go back to that type of lifestyle of eating if I'm gonna put the parasites back into my body. What's the point? You know what I mean? So you got to make a conscious decision and figure out if this is the thing you want to do.
It's like I couldn't get up. I had drank this one tea. I drank it too much. This was part of the debilitating experience. I drank senna tea, senna leaf. And you're only supposed to drink 1 cup every, I think maybe like once a week. I wouldn't recommend it more than once a week to anybody. I drank 2 cups in one night, in one day. Oh yeah. So it got to a point where I was at the store and I had already eaten a pound of blueberries that day. And the senna leaf takes about 8 to 12 hours to kick in. So I'm drinking the tea, thinking it's perfectly fine. About 8 to 12 hours later, I'm in the bathroom and I can't get up. I get up to walk and I have to run back. And I stay in there for about 30 minutes. And I look back and there's things moving. And I was like, what is that? I'm so confused. And there's just a bunch of like heads moving. And I flushed it. I got so scared. Yeah. I was like, no, that didn't happen to me. No, I tried to, become blind to it. I was like, no, that didn't happen to me. It's like I couldn't get.
Bro, these fucking parasites are some fucking weird ass shit in our body, bro. Like he said, they had heads on them. Like, I don't know what the hell they were, bro, but that shit's crazy.
Just how easy is it to physically alter someone's mind from a distance? Let's watch this clip from Dr. Beck, and you'll be shocked.
And what I'm going to do here is something magical. I'm going to pick up here scripto pencil. And you'll notice when I wave it around this electrometer, this electrostatic voltmeter, not much is happening. I'm going to do something magical to this pencil. I'm going to put a few extra electrons on it, like you did in high school. Now what happens? Number one, when I have charged this piece of plastic by rubbing it through my hair, as you do with a hair comb during the day, we have made a field which you can measure if you have an instrument. Now I'm going to do something else to you. I want the people from the first row back, I guess some of you even a little beyond the video camera are going to feel this. This works double blind, this is not suggestion. We're going to create a 3 to 5 hertz field, as Hamer did at UCLA in 1965, and we're going to ask you how you feel. Now, we're going to produce a 9 hertz wave. A wave is a time-varying field, and I want those of you who are sensitive to tell me what you feel compared to the 3 to 5. Okay?
The fuck?
You got it? I see several faces have lit up here. You felt that? Terrific.
Yeah, the one wave made you feel slightly low. I felt the vibration in the solar plexus.
Yeah.
The second one you did, I felt the energy charge throughout the whole body.
Exactly. If you saw those previous slides, we have replicated here with very simple, do-it-yourself, verifiable and scientific instruments, waves and fields that have profound effect on biological systems. So we can go in and find out what restaurants are modifying your eating habits by giving you an adrenaline reaction, which normally produces fight or flight syndrome. If you pay $20 for a meal, you're not going to fight or run away. You're going to eat faster. If you eat faster, they're going to have more table turnover during a shift. This is being done. We found a number of these locations in Southern California that are doing this to us. Incidentally, they are connected with the family. They are Italian-owned. This technology has leaked down to the public. We hoped it would be a few years before this happened. Next slide.
In the 1980s.
When we began trying to actively manipulate the mood and brain waves of Homo sapiens, we first tried photic stimulus, flashing lights. We tried evoke potential from sound. We tried a number of things about which we do not talk in public. We finally developed a little device about this size that goes in your shirt pocket. I took it down. Now I'm telling on myself, but I hope the statute of limitations has run out. To a couple of the major tourist attractions in Southern California, where we would have an unlimited number of subjects, free, doesn't have to feed laboratory mice. We determined that we could alter the brain patterns of about 35% of the gross population up to a distance of around 20 to 30 feet. Instead of going through the door, they would run into the door jamb. Instead of walking around the trash can, they would kick it over. They'd get lost. As soon as I found that this actually worked, and I used these to determine the waveforms, pulse repetition rates, etc., I destroyed the units because I felt we were doing a highly unethical thing. So I hied myself back to Washington and I said, hey, you guys, we've got a clear and present danger.
Your mind is being altered every day from outside sources. And the only question left for you is whether or not you want to take control of it or let it be in the hands of somebody else. Just
So the guy's name's Bob Beck. I'd love to look up some more of his videos. See, like, someone that can explain this type of stuff, it's obviously scientific, biological warfare. And when you start to look into these patents and all this stuff that goes behind it, it is easily possible to manipulate somebody's body, the way that their wave patterns conduct. So, you know, we're not sounding that much crazy anymore, are we? So, like, you know, you just got to do your research. You got to find it. This is why TikTok is so important, because of all the information that I'm finding. The thing is, too, is that thing that he had around his neck, which is, I don't know what it is, but I think it's like some type of protection or something. I want to see what that is, because I kind of am interested in getting one, depending on what it was. Shit. Alright. Maybe he has it on his bringing science, consciousness, and some other stuff. This dude's channel looks good. Alright, so we're gonna go back to my likes. $3.5 billion. No. Damn it. You see, like, people are trying to spread information, but they're keeping all the people that tell truth in a certain location with each other, like, so that our information doesn't get seen by others that they don't want waking up. So we're in a group, and our group are the only ones that see our videos. So this dude was arrested, like I said, after he said this.
Crazy, but isn't it ironic how right after what he says in this interview, he gets arrested? Man, just hear him out. Tell me what y'all think.
And it's one big society of it. Now, when it comes down to the selling of they're shipping and trafficking in people, adults, the moms, the dads, right there on Target commercials, right there on Walmart commercials. And you're looking at the people that are missing, and they're smiling like they're happy, but they're going back to hell. And that's really what it is. You know, these are actually adults. Jeffrey Epstein created this saga, and this is what he is great at doing. He's great at kidnapping someone, turning them into putting them in a dead celebrity's body, and screwing the life out of them after he makes a ton of money off of their ass on his private little beach. So you have a private little beach full of celebrities and bodies getting screwed, and nobody cares because they're supposed to be dead. And this has been a major market that he tried to blame on Oprah Winfrey. So, yeah, that's what I feel about that. And this Panda Eye thing is, you know, the panda, all that stuff is so real. You know, you want to go get fucked by Shaba until your eyes pop out, go ahead. I mean, that's up to you. But, I just think that, people just need to realize what they're looking at when they're watching the television. Everything is right in front of you. The revolution was televised, and don't nobody give a shit.
What the fuck is going on? People in the valley say they are hearing voices in their heads. And those voices are being transmitted by microwave or other methods.
Well, several viewers asked us to investigate.
It's funny because they're all fucking smiling, these perp-ass fucking news people, because they know that this shit's happening. and they're fucking smiling like it's a joke.
What they call electronic harassment. KMIR 6's Angela Monroe joins us now with what she's discovered. Angela.
So look up the title right there of that Channel 6 news clip or whatever, and you guys can see it in better resolution.
Electronic harassment, synthetic telepathy, voice-to-school technology. Chances are you haven't heard of these terms, but after searching the internet, I found dozens of websites dedicated to the phenomenon and several Valley residents who say they're victims.
Padoja will actually...
So one of the things that TikTok has taught me is to put potatoes on the bottom of your feet when you're starting to feel sick. I tested it out the last 2 nights. This one that you're looking at is on the bottom of my foot. I'm healthy. My little daughter here is sick. I put the same size potato peels on the bottom of her feet, thin potato slices, and after the same amount of time, hers came out completely black. Completely black, and I have no idea what that black is, but it is.
All right, so I'm gonna go back to the top. Let's see here. Oh crap.
I will tell.
Yo, I broke it. I'm about to fuck y'all up even further. You ready? You ready for this? I fucking figured it out. Remember, I always tell you that they put everything right in front of your face, right? Now, I keep pointing out how you gotta watch the movies, you gotta watch the TV, you gotta watch the fucking comic book, everything, right? It's always right here in front of your face, right? I keep telling you, they got our ancient knowledge in there and they're using it to fucking, they're telling you the truth, but you're not seeing it. Let me show you what I mean. Now, you remember, I don't know if you've seen the movie, but there's a movie called The Eternals. Now, in the movie The Eternals, there are beings that are created by these ancient beings that grow. And I'm not even going to tell you the rest of it, because if you haven't seen it, I don't want to spoiler alert you. But just remember, I fucking told you this shit first. Now, remember this picture? Now, you remember this, right? You remember, somebody showed me this, and I showed it to you, right? Now, check this the fuck out. You want to know where this skull came from? We've been looking at it all wrong. It's not one that dropped to the earth. Now, if you don't know who the Eternals are beings that have been here from ancient times that were sent here to advance civilization and to protect civilization from the creatures that are on the planet that have been killing off the numbers. The reason that they were sent to the planet to kill off the aliens that are attacking and make sure that civilization advances is to make sure that the humankind actually grows and prospers into a large enough number. And when the planet reaches its maximum capacity, this is what Thanos was trying to stop. When the planet reaches its maximum capacity, what happens is out of the planet is born an eternal. Because what they say is that there is a being that lives in the center of the earth, and once there's enough energy that's compiled of the earth, it starts to give life to that being. It's like we are the energy that feeds it enough for it to grow, and the earth itself is an egg. So here you go, on the birth of Africa, just a little bit exaggerated for movie purposes, of course, but...
I will tell you that a collapse is coming that will change everything. They know once America and the Western world see what's going on, when people really understand, things are going to change. So it's a race. Do we wake up before they put us in a cage, a digital cage? That's really what's happening. So I don't know when, but they need us in a digital cage, and the best way to do it, and the last way to do it, is a total meltdown of the financial system of the West, because that's when you change everything. So please concentrate on what you have and what you need to do. I will tell you.
What's happening right now is that Nibiru is actually returning. And it's not a rogue planet. It's never been a rogue planet. It's actually always been piloted. And right now, Nibiru is no longer under the control of Marduk, who actually took it by force in 2024 in BC when he disposed his great-grandfather Anu and, of course, his uncle Enlil-Sus from the throne of Nibiru. At which point, that's when he took over the affairs of the earth, and for the last 5,000 years, we could say that Marduk Belial-Baal, the son of Enki, has been ruling Nibiru and, of course, the earth as a result of that, and the Cabal. But it appears that in 1999, Marduk abdicated from his position of Nibiru because it appears that the Nibirians, the positive Nibirians, those that come from the lineage of the Anuhasi, right, of the original guardian race from Sirius, have descendants that are actually getting ready to activate as Nibiru comes back into our solar system. And so the coming of Nibiru is actually going to be triggering the Rh negative blood type. So the Rh negative blood type are going to be the first ones that are going to activate. And then that's, as a result, the rest of the star seeds that are Rh positive are going to also activate. And then, of course, that's going to catapult the rest of the planet, or at least the collective, into the fifth dimensional reality. Or depending on where they're vibrating, some are going to go into the fourth dimension. The whole point is this, that Nibiru is returning, and it's going to also act as our second sun. And when it does, it's going to begin the activation process of the Rh negative blood type, who are the direct descendants of the original Anuhasi through the lineage of Zeus and the original demigods of old. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend and a happy new year.
Your time is kind of running out. The window of opportunity is running out. And so I'm going to present you with some facts and connect some dots here for you in the hope that some of you don't get stuck by what's coming up. So Google the Resilient Cities program. Here I've shown you the homepage of Melbourne. That's one of the participating cities. You can also see down below, I'm not going to say the name, but you can see the foundation that funds that. And this is essentially the end game of their play. This is basically where they want to take humanity. You've probably heard of 15-minute cities. That's starting to pop up now in the media, right? So 15-minute cities, or resilient cities, whatever you want to call them, are essentially human settlement zones, which are going to be controlled. And so it'll mean an end to private car ownership. It'll mean an end to travel in the way that we've become accustomed over previous years. And it'll be a fully controlled human settlement zone where everything is within walking distance within 15 minutes. So before society gets to that stage, there is a few steps that need to happen. One of those steps is a great financial reset, or the reset of the financial system. We're going to move over to a tokenized, blockchain-based economy. Your window to avoid getting trapped by that is probably about 3 months. So within about 3 months or so, give or take, that new financial system is coming in of CBDCs. And if you get stuck in that, you're going to be in trouble. So I'm here sharing some information with you in the hope that you make some good decisions for you and your family and for your future generations. Start off by Googling ISO 20022. And you will see the compliance framework for this new blockchain-based system. Look at the tokens that are going to be running the new financial system, the world's economy. And in order to escape what's coming up, okay, you need to start to think differently. You need to start to think like they think. How are they protecting themselves? How are they positioning themselves with the information that the general public doesn't have?
XLM, XDC, IOTA, Algorand, XRP, and then you could throw some other blockchain coins in there that you know are going to be great layer one solutions like Matic, couple metaverse tokens, because you guys know the future is gaming, right? Look what gaming's doing. High Street, Sandbox, Decentraland. Get educated on what blockchain technology is doing. Understand the difference between a layer 0, a layer 1, a layer 2. Ethereum's a layer 1. Know the difference between proof of work, proof of stake, proof of consensus. These are all different types of cryptos. And I can help y'all. Any questions y'all want to ask? Safe route, guys. XLM, the New York Stock Exchange, will be built on its ledger. So think with the money. Follow the money. Peace to God.
So if you guys don't know what he's talking about, these are the new, the new financial system that's going to be coming in. And you can invest in cryptos, the XLM, XRP, Ethereum is another crypto, I think. And if you guys invest in it, like just say you put a couple $100 in it, right? Well, it's going to be worth a lot more once the market crashes and the fucking stocks go up. And every single one of the stocks that you bought is worth 10 times much more. So you're going to be able to take out that money and you're going to make a lot of money when the system collapses. So, that's just my take on that. But you guys got to do your research. Like I said, I already know that this is going to happen. If I did have some money, I would put in and find some good information and probably buy at least a few of these, some stock in it or whatever. And freaking, yeah, I mean, it's the best choice to make when this fucking shit's gonna collapse.
This one is Jay-Z and
Get away from the chemicals.
What you have on your body.
Have you noticed? Get away from the chemicals.
What you have on your body. Get away from the chemicals, whether that's fluoride in your toothpaste. Get rid of the toothpaste. I sell tooth and gum restoration powder on my website. If y'all don't want to do it, make it yourself. Use neem powder, use oak bark powder. Yes, neem powder, oak bark powder, and myrrh powder. Mix them all together. Sprinkle a little bit of baking soda that doesn't have aluminum in it. That makes a good toothpaste. That makes a good toothpaste. Instead of getting regular toothbrushes, get you bamboo toothbrushes with the charcoal bristle sticks. Use that to brush your teeth. Make sure that you throw away all deodorant. Get you some key limes, cut that key lime in half, and go to town with it. Make sure you get away from all lotions and you rub 100% grapeseed oil in your skin. That's all you need, 100% grapeseed oil. No colognes, no perfumes. If you want to smell good, mix you up some frankincense and some myrrh oil, tad bit of lavender in that deal, and it smells good as hell. You will attract a significant other. Your woman will smell it, your man will smell good, everybody will smell good. Make sure that when you wash your hair, get you some organic soap from off my site. Get the sea moss soap, the gold sea moss soap, or the purple sea moss soap. You can wash your hair with that.
Get away from the...
Have you noticed, the extent of truth that's being shared right now? It's unbelievable. The things people are revealing. And they're not just, speaking the truth. They're showing it over and over beyond a shadow of a doubt. Hey, guess what? We've been lied to. Here's why. Here's how. Here's an example. Lie after lie after lie. We got all these people sharing it. A lot. I think it's amazing. Wouldn't have been that long ago you would be locked up indefinitely. Or you go missing, I guess. The thing is, I think I know why they're letting so many people talk. One is bulk of populations programmed to the extent that they can't hear truth no matter what's being said, who's saying it, what color it's in, you know what I mean? But the other one is, I think, more importantly, they've tucked everyone off on corner of TikTok. They identified, said, okay, yeah, these people know what they're talking about. They know what's up. They know what's going on. Instead of shutting them up, let's stick them over in this corner in TikTok, let them talk among themselves, give them the illusion that they're being heard. All kinds of likes and follows and comments, right? But they're not. It's like they're sharing their deep, dark secrets amongst people who know their deep, dark secrets. It just doesn't matter. Fascinating though, isn't it? The illusion of being heard. Have you know?
We know that Google is tracking us. We agree to it when we set up our phones. So we wanted to figure out what exactly Google is learning about us throughout the day. So here's what we're going to do. We have two identical phones. The only difference between these two phones is this one is in airplane mode. Both of the phones lack a SIM card, and they haven't been set up to access any Wi-Fi networks. So for all intents and purposes, these phones have no connection to a data network. We're going to keep them with us throughout the day. And while I travel around DC, we're going to figure out just what Google is finding out about me. Our first stop, Sim's Convenience Store, just outside our Fox Bureau, for a quick coffee. From there, we took a walk to the Capitol and took a quick walk around the Senate office buildings, and then decided to hop in a car and head around town. Hello. We're going to the Children's Hospital, please. To run our test, we had to do more than walk the block, so we took a tour around our nation's capital. First, due north to the Children's National Medical Center Hospital, then west to St. Albans School and the National Cathedral. Our tour around town was a 14-mile journey that lasted more than an hour. The entire time, the phones had no access to the internet. Oh my goodness. Not a Wi-Fi connection and not any cellular data service. It almost seemed quaint to assume that Google wouldn't even be able to collect data on me. Let's head back to the Bureau, my friend. Oh, that church is beautiful. Google's business model is simple. Collect data on its users and then use that data to sell targeted ads. It's a business model called surveillance capitalism. But does that critical data collection work even when your phones aren't connected? So we're back here at our Fox Bureau in D.C., and we've got both of our phones exactly how we left with them. The only difference, really, I snapped a couple of bad selfies at the National Cathedral. But otherwise, they have stayed in my pocket for the entire day. So let's find out what they know. This is our man-in-the-middle device. It's basically a Wi-Fi network that these phones are going to connect to once we turn their Wi-Fi on. It's going to pass data through it on the way to Google. But on the way, we're actually going to get a copy of the same data that Google's going to get. We'll be able to decrypt it and then find out where we've been throughout the day. Within minutes, the numbers rolled in. The phone that wasn't on airplane mode registered more than 100 locations, 130 activities, and even 152 barometric readings. As soon as it hooked up to our Wi-Fi, it transmitted 300 kilobytes of data straight to Google. The phone even logged our exact locations, tracking us all around town, the Capitol, the hospital, the school, and the cathedral. Now, you may notice what's missing here is the exact route that we took, but it got that data too. It knows when I got out of the car. The metadata has a time log down to the very second, tracking everything when they think that you're walking, riding, and yes, even getting out of the car. Okay, so you're thinking, this isn't a big deal. I'll just put my phone in airplane mode. Yeah, we thought of that too. This is the other phone that we had with us that no SIM card also remained in airplane mode the entire time. Let's see what kind of data it captured. The phone with airplane mode activated actually logged more locations and activities than the other phone, and it also transferred hundreds of kilobytes of data to Google as soon as it was activated. The only thing that's missing from this map is our stop at the Children's Hospital, but it still knows we were there. There it is. Exiting vehicle, 100% accuracy. Through complicated user agreements and free software, Google gets users to sign away their privacy for nothing. They're even following you in the places that most people would expect total privacy. Government buildings, a children's hospital, a private school, a church. Every move you make, every step you take, Google is watching you.
So, I'm going to put a little input on that. Obviously, we know Google's working with with these agencies that are fucking gang stalking us and targeting us and shit. As you've seen, the metadata, it shows exactly like it's writing these. I don't want to say scripts, but it's taking notes, and it says on foot. All the sensors that are in your phone. There's like 20 sensors. It's recording your heartbeat. It's recording what direction you're going. It's like a tracking device. That's why I always buy a phone that has a removable battery. Even when the phone is off, I think they still track you. It doesn't matter. And Google's collecting all this information. So they know, like, it doesn't matter if it has a SIM card or not. Like, I already knew this shit. It's how they're fucking making so much money and how they've become so much in power. That, I mean, dude, and it's only going to get worse. Like, the way that things are going, it's already just all bad. But yeah, there it is. There's the truth for you right there.
Most likely, people do not sense any particular difference between naturally pure and artificially purified water. But any animal will always choose water from a spring, because this water is loaded with natural energies. When scientists studied this high mountain environment in places where water is known for its healing properties, like Lourdes in France, they made an important discovery. They found that the pH level of these waters was highly ionized and very alkaline. While studying water, researchers exposed ordinary water to magnetically charged plates, creating a simple method of ionization, separating water into two streams, one alkaline and one acidic. The water from the alkaline stream significantly improves hydration because it is easier for the body to absorb. Water from tap or bottled sources is usually clustered in groups of 11 to 16 water molecules. During ionization, the water molecules are reduced to only 5 to 8 molecules per cluster. The percentage of oxygen increases significantly, which can be almost double the amount of tap or bottled water, allowing the body to maintain a proper pH balance.
Our lifespan is directly proportional to the amount of antioxidants we have in our body. And water is an important carrier of antioxidants. If you drink water that has large quantities of hydrogen, along with the right surface tension and right mineral content, then it will slow down the aging process. It will keep our mitochondria from dying, which provide us with the energy of life. And so we can expect to live longer. Essentially, it is said that we should live to be about 120 years old, and we often die long before that. So no one really dies of natural causes if they die.
Glory be to God. If you still want to worship after watching a video of mine, let's just say this channel is not a good fit for you. God bless. This means God be less. Allah. This is Lucifer's law. Backwards is Hela. Hell to Jaws. Hallelujah. Hell to ya. This is Elohim. Him. It's not even about her, ever. Ever. This is I'm Helio, the El Mighty Creator. Hell is low. Hello. The apple is low. Apollo. It's referring to the red chakra, the red root. So if you say hello like a verb, I am Halloween. This is Halloween's Day, Wedding's Day. So from Halloween to Elohim, this is Elogenes. Genesis. Genetics. The first month is Janus, genius, genius, a genre of people who are half human, half divine. Japanese or Chinese culture, your cult. Helios, arrows, praising the sun god warship. That's why everybody is war king. This is Helios, Achilles heel. Hell, it is an ankle, an onk-el, an angel, an angle. It has a hierarchy. Bow, archery. This is hell, heel. This is your soul. Soul is sun. Isis's law. This is Islam. The M as above, so bull, low. Your brain is a bull. It holds info. The holiest place is the place with the most holes. It's your skull. This is school. This is Sheol. Welcome, come to the school of Thoth. School of thought, Sheol of Thoth. It's an anagram for malice, which is the intention or desire to do evil. Which still an anagram for Moloch, that's the bull. Neom is a place in Saudi Arabia. They're creating the line.
Guys, I gotta say this, man.
Glory be to God. It's Namaste. Neom, stay. Isis's law, tolls. It's thought, Sheol of Thoth. It's an anagram for malice, which is the intention or desire to do evil. Which still an anagram for Moloch, that's the bull. Neom is a place in Saudi Arabia. They're creating the lion. It means monster, evil, wicked person. Finding Nemo is about finding Neom. It's Namaste. Neom, stay. But keep on praying. Praise in the worship. Amen is Amun. It's ramen horns. Luna is anal, is annual. This is Anu. The anointed ones on the back of a dollar bill. Enlil, Tin Mint. Yeah, Sumerian gods. Keep saying your grace. Your holy grace. Helios. That's Isis. Asis. Jasis. Isis. Spelling of Jesus. El's door. Glory be to God.
Guys, I gotta say this, man. Most of the
My cavities are healing before my eyes.
All right, peeps, that's pretty much it. Those are all the videos that I have for you guys. Hope you guys have a good, fresh start to your new year. Start to make moves, start to make changes, start to change the way that you think, expand your mind. Find new ways, better yourself, sharpen your sword.